Hey YouTube, TheSegaStoner. Guess what? It's Wednesday first, not Friday first. It's Wednesday first. Yeah. Today we got a very special guest. Now we always have special guests, but today is a special guest because he was our first guest. So how about I just let him take over, and I'll see you when we come back.
Hello YouTube, this is MichaelBtheGameGenie, and today I'm on Wednesday 1st. Not Friday 1st. Must be Wednesday 1st. Feels like I've been here before. I can't tell you how excited I am that Wednesday 1st is back on the go. I think this is an amazing idea for a show, and I really want to see it succeed. So as soon as I found out that TheSegaStoner was bringing it back, I contacted him and I said, "Hey TheSegaStoner, can MichaelBtheGameGenie make a return appearance on your show?" And he said, "I suppose." So, of course, I took that to mean that he was very excited to have me back on the show. And, of course, he wanted to talk about one of the all-time greatest Sega Genesis games, a game that everybody loves, Earthworm Jim. Like it was just yesterday. Christmas 1995. I woke up early that morning, went down, looked underneath the tree, found my presents, and unwrapped the Sega Genesis game that I had asked for, and I would play all Christmas. And that game was Sonic Spinball on the Sega Genesis. And man, oh man, what a mediocre game it was. But I played the heck out of this thing all Christmas trying to get whatever enjoyment I could out of it. And of course my stupid brother looked at me and he goes, "Hey Mike, I picked up this amazing game called Earthworm Jim." And I said, "No thanks, Matthew. Obviously I am the one in the family with the impeccable taste in video games, and only I could pick an amazing game such as Sonic Spinball, so this is the only game that I played that Christmas." So I get back to school after Christmas, and a lot of my friends are talking about this game, Earthworm Jim. They're all saying, "Oh man, what an amazing game it is. It's so funny, it's humorous, it looks really cool, it's really fun to play." I was thinking to myself, man, am I missing out on something here? I don't know. Then, of course, I start watching Saturday morning cartoons. At the age of 15, what am I doing watching cartoons, right? I can't help myself. Then all of a sudden, I see this cartoon on TV.
Earthworm Jim, the soil he did crawl. Earthworm Jim, a super suit fall. Jim, we think he's mighty fine. Earthworm Jim, a hero for all time.
I must have missed the boat on this. I mean, everybody's talking about it. It's got this amazing cartoon. Maybe this game isn't bad. Maybe this game is good. Maybe this game is even
groovy.
So, of course, I went home, I did the walk of shame, and I asked my brother if I could play his copy of Earthworm Jim. And I started playing it, and I can't tell you how much I enjoyed it. The game has this really dark nature to it. It's almost got this sick sense of humor, and, you know, that's the kind of thing I'm into. I mean, the game really played like nothing I had really played before. It was like a weird combination of Mega Man and Castlevania, which I think is
groovy!
Not to mention the great art style. I mean, it has this dark, drawn-out, almost like cel-shaded art style that looks just fantastic on the Sega Genesis. The graphics are
groovy!
Not to mention the amazing music in the game. The combination of classic music mixed in with this wacky tone just fit the unique gameplay. It was really
groovy!
And as zany as Earthworm Jim was as a character, the bosses were just as zany. They too were
groovy.
How'd that clip get in there? Needless to say, the first time I played it, I was hooked, and I played it completely through. And of course, about Earthworm Jim 2. Fortunately, that's where I ended in this series, but needless to say, Earthworm Jim, still to this day, is one of my favorite Sega Genesis games, and I was hooked right from the first time I ever played it. Anyways, I'd like to turn it back over to you, TheSegaStoner, and I think you're
groovy!
Alright, Michael B., you know what? I loved your video. You know what? You know how much I loved it? It was groovy! Yeah. You know what? I understand your skepticism back in the day, you know, because a lot of our game bases were based on covers. I can't necessarily remember my first memory of Earthworm Jim, because there was lots. I can't tell, it's kind of like the chicken and the egg. I can't tell if the show came first or if the game came first for me. I mean, the show had Dan Castellaneta, you know, Homer Simpson, he was Earthworm Jim. So, you know, that alone would have sucked me into the game. I'm assuming it's a safe bet to say that the show came first for me, because, I mean, when the show came out, everyone jumped on the Earthworm Jim bandwagon. I mean, and then there was another game, and then everyone was like, oh my god! So, for me, what I can remember from my childhood with Earthworm Jim is going into a video store called 4-Star Video, back in my old hometown, in Aldergrove. It's not there anymore. Actually, it did move, but then it shut down again. The sign's still up, but it's been empty for like years. You used to be able to go into 4-Star Video, and you could rent, I believe it was, a game for $3, or 5 games for like $15, something like that. And then, you know, if you wanted to rent videos, you could actually rent 10 VHSs for $10. So I remember that vividly. Went in there, you know, you could buy trading cards. This is around when Pogs was still huge, so you know everyone bought Pogs from there. They had import cards there. I mean, I had bought Yu-Gi-Oh cards before anyone in North America knew who Yu-Gi-Oh was. And then once I found out what Yu-Gi-Oh was, I had no interest. But anyways, back to the story. I remember going in there, and I rented it, and, you know, Sonic and Knuckles, because that was like my big Sega rental game back in the day. And, you know, took it home, and there I was, just taking my head and smacking mofos in the face with it. And, you know, taking my little plasma gun, just blasting, you know, jumping on the cow, making it go woo, and flying away. I did not beat it as a child. I wish I did, but I didn't. And as an adult, I had to go into the debug menu just to get to the final boss, because this game isn't easy. It's not an easy game. But fuck is it addictive. It is one of the most addictive Genesis games you'll ever play. Now, I've played it for both the SNES and the Genesis, and a lot of people say, well, the music on the SNES is just so much clearer. No, you know what? No. This is a futuristic, apocalyptic game. You want that gritty Genesis music, alright? When you play a game like this, you want that... It's just... Yes. It just throws you in the mood. Like I said, I played this SNES one, and it's just too bubblegum. It's too bubblegum for me. I might as well just put on some Britney Spears in the background. Maybe some Aqua. You know what I'm saying? You want that grittiness. But anyways, that's my story. I don't know if it made sense or not. Whatever. You watched it, so congrats. Thank you, Michael B, for being on the video. And all you people, tell us. When you, tell us your memory of Earthworm Jim. Do it in comment, video response. I'd love a video response. I'm sure Michael B would like a video response. But anyways, people, it's Wednesday first, not Friday. First is Wednesday first. Yeah.